What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Fourth and Wrong. Today is September 10th. We have a phenomenal episode for you here. We're going to recap a little bit of week 2. Chris is going to blow into the mic.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. And we're going to preview week 3. Of course, don't forget the Angry Fans Hotline. We've been doing a bad job of putting the number out.
Yeah, I've been directing both of you to put the number out. Am I yelling?
Directing. Yeah, first of
all,
all,
that's what I said. That's what I said. I said, hey, go post the link. You two should be happy right now. You two are having. Am I yelling? Yes. Okay. Well, I have this fucking headphones on you made me wear, and now I feel like I can't hear anything.
Does Alex just sit in the room that
she's just in the room listening to the show? I can hear it through the headphones.
You can hear her listening?
Shut the fuck up, Tyler.
All right.
Okay, I got scolded for that. Out of all the things.
Tell her it's man time.
Tyler says it's man time. Pull out our penises.
She didn't say anything.
No.
Okay. All right. So, yeah. 678-962-7836.
330-8005. Yes, please call that. For real. Because there should be some gold from the past 2 weekends.
This weekend was light. I'm gonna just tell you right now. We're not even gonna spend time on the voicemails because there were so few.
Florida fans are such bitches.
Yeah. All right. So what we plan to do today, let's start with a recap. We'll recap. We could just kind of quickly go through each team's, or would you rather do the new AP poll and do our?
Oh man. We're gonna talk about that. Yeah, we could do a quick rundown. We could do from last week. I thought it was a great week of football. I hated that all of it came at the same. That looks good, boy, Eddie. That all of it came on at the same time. Whenever something comes on me, I want to be throughout the day, not all at once. And that was a bukkake of football at the end of the day that I did not. Yeah, there it is, Eddie. We're back. Allie is astonished. And the real problem here, Tyler, is that my fiance knows what bukkake means. So that's the problem. I think that it has been a good 2 weeks. I think the biggest thing I come away with from out of this, right? You and I talked about this. What do we know? Do we know anything? Do we know anything at all?
So there's I agree with you here. I mean, I'm looking at Georgia, for example. They go in, they play Austin P. There's a weather delay, so the game's already weird. Austin P is one of the obviously worst teams. There was a 40. The line was 46.5 on the game for Austin P. Obviously didn't put eyes on the game, but 28-6. I saw Marshall, who they played in the first week, lost to an FCS program, or was it Missouri State, something like that? I think it was FCS. I just don't know that we know what Georgia is. I mean, 28-6 against Austin P is kind of weird. I saw fans were mad about Bobo again. But I didn't watch the game.
I want Mike Bobo to walk out in the press box. I want him to eat a fucking hot dog from the middle out. I want him to start doing every single possible. I want him to pronounce the L in salmon. I want him to pronounce every single word incorrect. I want him to only drink unsweet tea. I want him to do everything to piss off Georgia fans moving forward, just to troll them, because they hate that dude.
Oh, it's bad. I mean, again, didn't watch the game, but then I'm seeing the reactions flow in on the social medias, which it's been just a delight to be on social media today. I'll tell you what.
Good Lord, vibes.
Oh,
what if he did?
Yeah, that'd be crazy. The South Carolina, they had, first of all, Vakari Swain is awesome on punt return. But he scores 2 touchdowns in this game, which is cool. Follows up a big performance from last week. But then the defense also scores. and they win the game against South Carolina State 38-10.
Yeah.
So do we know what South Carolina is?
So here's the thing, though. I'm gonna sound like a homer because I get to cover South Carolina. You see the hats over here in the background, baby. Look at these bad boys from the game gave me.
Yeah.
Eat your heart out, Eddie. You wouldn't get it. So they looked not great, and I agree with you on that. Like the offense has been a problem. It is not. It has not been great. But I will also tell you that, dude, they're winning games by 4 scores. They're winning games by 4 scores.
Yeah.
And we're like, God, this team, are they any good? They should be winning that game comfortably. Am I still yelling, by the way?
That's not as bad.
Okay. Anyway, so I think the main thing for me in South Carolina is, dude, 2.5 hour rain delay, absolute monsoon. It felt very obvious very early. They were like, let's just get the fuck out of here because they played a lot of players. They had 29 total players get at least one snap or stat on defense, and I mean that's a ton. They had a lot of injuries though. I think the big thing for me is I love this game. We're going to talk about it later. I love where this is at right now because this whole idea that everyone's going into it like, oh my God, dude, South Carolina sucks. Vandy looked awesome in the second half, especially. South Carolina's favored, but it doesn't feel like they are. And I love the position they're in.
Okay. Interesting.
No.
LSU 23, Louisiana Tech 7. I figured it was a lethargic performance. I actually bet Louisiana Tech 36.5.
Smart move.
Yeah, just figured letdown spot. It was. I don't know that it says anything about LSU. Their defense is still good. They only allowed 154 yards total. But there were some big injuries in that game, weren't there, for LSU?
Yes and no. And I will tell you, I thought that Braylon Moore was going to be out for a minute. Braylon Moore's gone. Trey's Green's gone from that game. Both looked like they'd be multiple weeks. They're both listed as questionable. Braylon Moore is already back at practice. Trey's Green's not going to play for several weeks. Like the fact that he is listed, he's got an MCL strain. The fact that he's even listed as that is like shocking to me. But I thought that was like looking back on it. I don't think they're going to boat race Florida, but I think that should have been the easiest call for any of us. It's a hell of a job by you to make that bet because like Clemson, they started preparing for that game 18 days before the game even happened. Then you talk about Florida coming to town in a revenge game this weekend, and in between, you're sandwiched into an in-state school. So I thought it was ripe for that.
What'd you think about Bama? 11 possessions, 10 touchdowns.
73 points.
Keelan Russell, Austin Mack, both with 2 touchdowns each.
Kalen DeBoer doesn't lose to Louis Monroe. Do you hear me, Nick Saban? You fucking trifling ass. I don't mean that. Dude, I thought it was much needed. The effort looked much better. They on defense, they were playing downhill instead of on their heels the whole time. Also, Florida State might be the best player in America, or best team in America. My God, I don't know who y'all beat. I didn't know that A&M even had directional versions of themselves. Like if you weren't good enough to get into the Colt, and you had to go to fucking whatever that was, it West Texas A&M?
I think it's like Corpus Christi.
No, it was like West Texas A&M.
Yeah, East Texas A&M something. Yeah,
I think it's felt like
6 name changes over the years too.
You guys doing that or playing that game and such that game very much felt like, oh yeah, all right, Jimbo, you fucking piece of shit. Like we'll play this game. We'll find something close to Texas A&M, and then just ran him out of the building. I mean, like, dude, was it 77? The live line was 77.5.
Yeah, I think the final was 77-3. So
didn't cover.
That was tough. Throughout the SEC, seems like Arch might be hurt. So I don't know. Texas. I mean, he threw for 295, 4 touchdowns, ran for another touchdown, but like obviously all the videos went viral of him like wincing in pain as he's trying to throw a ball.
He played sports, Tyler. Does anybody throw a ball like from a baseball standpoint? If you are throwing like this repeatedly, the first thing you do when your arm hurts is you drop down to here.
Mhm.
Like, okay, I'm sure he's not. And then Sark's answer was, it's like the weirdest.
He seems like the worst, to be honest.
No, I don't think that's true. He followed us on Instagram that one time.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Some bigger outcomes, Florida losing to USF. Another Grammatica has entered our lives. I mean,
yeah,
dude, not that it ever should have come down to the final drive against USF at home, but the 2 penalties on the final drive, including spitting, which happened, recently, like within a couple of days of that.
Yeah.
In the NFL, it was like this huge news. It had happened on Thursday. This was Saturday. And then last year, or maybe the year before, in the game against Florida, one of their players spit on a Florida State player and got ejected.
They asked Brian Kelly about it, like that impacting the game. He goes, "Yeah, we don't have to. It's not something we have to teach against. It's not something that we don't prepare for that."
Yeah.
That was he spit like there's no way for them to fail more spectacularly than they did. And I'm so glad it happened. Also, do you know when Martin Grammatica was a senior in college?
No, I have no idea.
Can I give you? Do you know what I'm talking about? You know where he played?
Yeah. Martin Grammatica, Kansas State.
Kansas State.
Ooh,
And I'll never forget this. Kansas State, Michael Bishop, Kansas State going to the Big 12 championship game against A&M. 1998 would have played for the national championship over, I think, maybe Tennessee. I don't know. I think they were undefeated. They were like, this kid hitting 77 yarders in practice in the pregame warm-up is Britt Musbacher, and he was horny for Martin Grammatica. It was awesome. But dude, that was 27 years ago. Now I guess his son or grandson or
no, I would say his son probably.
I think we've already had one wave of Grammaticas.
Yeah, this is a third wave.
Yeah.
Anyways, so Napier doesn't get easier for him over the course of the next couple of weeks. So my guess is him and Pittman are 1A, 1B, first to get fired.
First off, Pittman's doing fine. They have the 4th best offense in the country.
Sure.
Taylor Green's leading the SEC in touchdowns. Let's not put those two in the same breath right now, because Billy Napier is the one that's like, I'm not giving up play calling. I'm not doing this. And they're like, my favorite thing out of all this, besides being right, because I said all of this at the start of the year, my favorite part of all of this is everyone talking about the schedule now like it just popped up. Like they opened up a fortune cookie and they're like, oh, beware. I shouldn't do the accent. That's tough. Beware, you have to go now play 4 top 10 teams in your next 6 games. And it's like, oh my God, this is going to be so difficult. Like, yeah, it was going to be difficult the whole time. Like, what did you think was going to happen?
You just made it a lot harder by USF. Yeah, I mean, 11 flags in the game for Florida for over 100 yards and penalties. The mismanagement of the clock for Napier. I mean, they were up 16-15. They needed 1 first down to seal the game. Napier calls a timeout immediately after USF misses a 58-yard field goal. So he just wasted one of his timeouts there.
Right.
On the ensuing possession, he throws the ball twice, both incomplete, instead of running to chew the clock down. Allowed USF to keep all their timeouts. It felt like he held on to his timeouts that he did have for too long at the end.
He threw it on first down, Tyler.
It just seemed like the outcome that happened was like one of the least likely to happen.
I don't need
the scenario and time of everything going down there.
The moment it was incomplete, did you think that it was like going to do anything differently though?
No.
Yeah. How happy are you right now? Like we do how sad is Marler, but like shut the fuck up, Eddie. Eddie back here doing the snake. I slept with a snake. How happy are you? You know what? How happy are both of you right now? on the fact that Florida State's, you guys are a top 10 team, which is a seamless transition.
Yeah. Had you told me literally up until about the day of the Bama game that, hey, in 2 weeks, Florida State's going to be a top 10 team, I would have just been like, no.
Okay. Yeah.
Like, impossible. We'll see. You know, I still have some of the stink of last year that I still feel on me. That's just like, I don't know.
Just
you know, you got a road game, your first road game, you know, against Virginia in a couple of weeks, which is not a good team, but I don't know.
Yeah, let's temper the expectations.
Yeah, I want to temper
2 games. Like, all right, slow down.
This is our new producer. We had God. This is our new producer, Booza. Eddie Booza, great dude, does a phenomenal job for us. He's making me wear these stupid headphones right now. So if you're mad that I'm yelling, it's his fault. Anyway,
sorry for sending high quality production equipment.
I'm very appreciative of it. I wish there was a way that they were invisible so I didn't have to look like a nerd. I feel like I'm shooting this the whole time. Allie says hi.
Still there, huh?
She's still there. She's just her and Pepper. Dude, Pepper's been fucking throwing up stuff all the time. We better get a rant. Who, like, Georgia fans feeling like they're privy to the rant?
They want the rant because it's always in their favor. Typically.
We want some things in some return, guys. We want some reviews. We want some retweets. We want some money. I don't know, Tyler. Like, we can't do the super chat still. Anyway, so should we talk about the rankings?
Well, quickly though, I want to shout out Mississippi State.
Great
that was cool. The other one, well, we'll talk about them. I think Missouri is pretty legit.
Yeah,
and obviously Oklahoma is fun. I mean, dude, Venables' defense with that offense and Napier, like they're going to be a tough out all the way.
So hold on. I do want to push back on this a little bit.
Okay.
Thank you, Vibes. And Evan. I think they're legit, and I think that with what they have with Napier, they are going to be able to compete with anybody. But have you seen the schedule? Like, every team is ranked from here on out. I will also say this. They got to play at home against Bryce Underwood, who should be an incredible talent.
They don't use him.
Man, they made him look like a freshman, huh? Like that defense for Oklahoma is good.
And Michigan didn't even try to like let him even get into a position where he was going to potentially make a turnover or something like that. Like it was very conservative play calling.
Did you see Portnoy afterwards? What he flipped out about?
What, the running
in the cave?
About what? Oh, with what's his name? Yeah, getting hammered on wine.
Yeah, he was like, no more. We're not getting drunk in here. In the office is like, shut up, dude. Just shut up. Like, yeah, he was very upset about that. I think that Michigan was the fact that they were ranked ahead of Oklahoma. I always thought was stupid going into that, but oh yeah. Also, let me get my shit in. Tough week for the SEC. Is trash group.
It was a good week for the SEC.
It was.
Okay.
Kiffin couldn't cover a spread. God, fucking dude. I'm 0-7 in picks just between Ole Miss and Kentucky in the past 2 years. 0-7. That's almost impossible, Tyler.
You really
make an adjustment, brother.
Huh? Yeah, seriously. Well, a lot of people thought if there was going to be any year, it was going to be this year. Kentucky, down on their luck. Ole Miss, obviously, offensive juggernaut with Lane Kiffin. Still couldn't do it.
No.
All right, let's talk about the tiers. AP poll, new AP poll is out. We're doing tiers. Teams I feel good about, teams I'm unsure about, teams I feel worse about.
Wait. Where are we starting?
Let's start with teams you feel good about.
Teams I feel good about. Ohio State.
All right, so there could be two ways to do this.
Okay.
But now that we have the graphics, maybe there's just one way. Let's just start with teams we feel good. If you feel
You dumb son of a bitch.
They
do look good, by the way, Booza. Great job.
We could just go down the line 1 through 25 and put them in one of the 3 categories.
That's way too much, I feel like.
Okay.
Well, okay, let's do top 10 and see how we feel.
All right. Number 1, Ohio State. Both of us
feel good.
Number 2, Penn State.
No. Never did beforehand either. But like,
you don't feel good about them.
No, how did they gaslight the whole country into thinking that like, oh no. This time it's different. Penn State is the worst X any of us have ever had. And that's saying something, Tyler. Like Penn State coming in here and being like, you know what? No. This year's going to be different. You should rank us ahead of the team that beat us 12 of the last 13 times. I promise you, this is our year. And then they come out and like, they don't have to put up 60. I don't expect that. But if you're going to be the team that constantly underwhelms everyone and finds a way to choke and never win a big game, you fucking better win some games against inferior opponents by a lot of points and do some convincing. Because right now I'm like, why the fuck are they a top 5 team again? Why are they a top 5 team again?
Right now, I don't know. That's why I put them in the teams I'm unsure about category. I want to see them play one decent opponent. Maybe they're just on autopilot in these first few games. They're playing FIU. I think they played some other like FCS school. So let's see them in a real game, and then I'll be able to judge whether I feel good about them or not.
Okay.
All right, number 3, LSU.
I feel good about them because I think the defense is the main thing. The offense, I think, has always goes, but I think that we also thought the offense was going to be like good because of how many weapons they have. If there's one thing I will say about LSU is that they have not missed on any of the portal targets. And everyone there they brought and signed and made a priority, especially defensively. They have been a success right off the bat. I think that it's only a matter of time before this offense, throwing the ball with the quarterback they have, is able to be more explosive and be what we thought would be the passing game. Because I tell you what, Tyler, the thing that we thought was going to happen was, oh, they're not going to be that good because the offensive line sucks. And the offensive line's been pretty good. So I am a big believer in LSU, not just because I'll be on the field before the game and in the press box on Saturday.
Ooh, thanks for the invite, bro.
You can't come in there.
To the game, though.
Not in the press box. There. We have 2 tickets. If you guys should come.
Doesn't work like that, dog.
What do you have, kids?
Yeah.
Get rid of them, bro.
I'm still
not like get rid of your, you know what I mean?
Yeah. All right, I feel good about LSU as well. Number 4, Oregon. I think we both feel good about them. Geez, 69-3. Mike Gundy's done, right? I mean,
he's got to be. They're gonna shoehorn him into some weird ass role in the athletic department where he's gonna be like,
and take it way too seriously.
Yeah, it's gonna be great.
Number 5, Miami. I think we feel really good about them.
I worry about the schedule, so I am still here with them.
Number 6, Georgia.
We'll see this weekend.
Unsure.
But I'm in between. Feel good about them and here.
Yeah, so you kind of feel good about them.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, I'm unsure about Georgia as well. First 2 weeks, very possible they just decide to show nothing before the Tennessee game because they can't.
Which is what they've done in the past.
Yeah. Number 7, Texas. We'll just do the top 10 and then we'll just place the rest of the teams.
I already fucking said that, but yeah. I'm not a believer in Texas, but I think that their schedule's easy enough. They're going to be able to get through it.
I'm unsure about Texas so far this year.
Yeah.
Notre Dame. I'm unsure about Notre Dame as well.
I think they're going to go 0-2 against the SEC.
Ooh,
1-1.
Little preview. Number 9, Illinois. I feel good about Illinois.
I do. They're good, huh?
Yeah.
Did you see Brett Bielema do his whole fucking thing again?
Oh, Bert.
He kept running people on late, and the Duke coach, Manny Diaz, famous for wearing cleats on the sideline, so you know he means business, he couldn't fucking figure it out, just like Shane Beamer couldn't do it last year.
Manny Diaz, that guy.
Still a coach.
Number 10, Florida State. I think we both feel good about them.
I feel really good about Florida State. God, I hope you guys are good.
All right, Booza. Let's go teams I feel good about for the rest. I'm going to list these off. Tell me if you disagree with any of them. Teams I feel good about, Oklahoma. Number 14, Iowa State. Feel good about Iowa State.
Okay.
Number 15, Tennessee.
It's all giggle factory over here, huh?
I don't know. Number 18, USF. Feel great about USF.
Yeah.
Number 20, Utah. Feeling great about Utah. Love Napier, the new offense. Auburn. Feel good about them. I mean, there's no reason to not feel good about them thus far or be unsure about them.
Fuck up.
And number 25, Missouri. Again, feel great about Missouri. I think they got something in Bo Prabula.
Fibula.
Yes. Do you disagree with any of those?
Oklahoma has a very tough schedule. I think they're going to fall into the tier where it's like I compare this to 2019 Texas A&M, which is, hey, really, really a lot of talent on this team, but played 4 top 5 teams. Like, that's how that whole narrative started. They're like, oh man, they don't, like, every time that we rank them high, they suck. And it's like, yeah, or they had 5 teams that they lost to that were all in the top 10, 4 were in the top 5. So it could be that. Oklahoma's schedule's going to be brutal, dude.
Feel good about them thus far.
All right, well, you're stupid, so.
4 teams left that I'm unsure about. Texas A&M, don't know much about them. That's the only reason. Ole Miss, kind of same thing. I don't really know what to think of Ole Miss thus far. They played Georgia State week 1. They didn't cover against Kentucky again. Texas Tech is in the top 25 now. Don't know much about them at this point. I know they got a lot of faithful players. And then number 23, Michigan. I feel like I don't know what they are really at this point. That's kind of a tough situation for them to go into at night. True freshman quarterback on the road. So I don't really know what to think about them.
Tyler, it's the second time since 2019 they've had to go on the road in the month of September. So you're not going to catch any fucking upset feelings from this guy on Michigan.
So what you're saying, the odds were very against them because they don't do it a lot.
Master of the spin. I love it. Okay, is it my turn?
Yeah, teams you're unsure about.
I'm just going to go through 11 through 25 because I can't wrap my ADHD brain around what you're saying. I like the way you did it, but I don't think I'm smart enough to do what you did, is what I'm saying.
Go through, look at the list of top 25.
I'm looking at it. And South Carolina, I'm here on.
Yeah,
because the schedule is very difficult and there's tough. It's tough. Clemson still very much sold on. They're going to make the playoff and they are going to be, I think, with FSU. Oklahoma here because the schedule. Iowa State, I have no clue. But by the way, we talked about this on the pod. There has to be a place to bet if they win by 3. Whoever wins that game winning by 3 points exactly, there has to be a bet, and also being able to bet on
the game going under.
And the prime number, that has to be a thing somewhere.
If not, create it.
Yeah. Tennessee, I'm in between here because I don't think they win this weekend. Spoiler alert, Georgia fans. And we'll give you a fucking pep talk if you need a pep talk. But also, or what is the Gen Z kids like that thing? Anyway. But the thing is that schedule is very easy. So it's like the opposite. I think Oklahoma's a better team than Tennessee. I think Tennessee's going to go 9-3. A&M, I feel good about A&M, man, because they are doing stuff that we did not think they were going to do well with Marcel Reed on the football. So I like that. Ole Miss, I think Ole Miss sucks. And it's not because they cost me another bet. I just don't think they're very good. South Florida, I like South Florida. I like them.
I look forward to the preview of that game.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. Bama, I feel pretty good about Bama again.
Okay, here we go, baby. Let's go.
I am back. Now. Listen, I said this to you as a joke, but it wasn't that much of a joke. If you asked me today, do you think Bama has a better chance of beating Georgia or South Carolina? The answer is Georgia.
Okay.
If you ask me, does Bama have a better chance of beating LSU or Auburn? LSU.
What about Missouri?
LSU.
Okay.
Or Georgia over that team because the letdown's coming. But they got me believing again. Here's the thing. Ryan Williams, take your $1.8 million and your fucking Beanie Baby or whatever it is and get on out of here. Jeremy Bernard's awesome. Isaiah Horton's been paid $700,000. They've spent $2.5 million on the receivers that aren't named Jeremy Bernard and whatever Latzier's name is. I love that kid. I think they're gonna be good, man. I think that Florida State might just have fucking just diced them up. I think they might have diced them up.
Well, I think too. I think Florida State's a lot better. And you think about Alabama watching tape of Florida State last year, and they see not a lot of effort. So they probably didn't think that they would be getting that different of a team in terms of the culture. But then also too, Florida State did have the benefit of having zero tape on anything they were doing.
Yeah,
because they have a completely new roster. So I mean, I think Bama just got smacked in the mouth.
Yeah, 1,000%. I agree. I think they're going to be good though. Utah, that's a playoff team. Texas Tech, a lot of money. I think Texas Tech next year is a team. Indiana, suck my dick. Hate Indiana. They're awful. Everything about them sucks. They have to play 4 ranked teams this year. So see you later, dude. Michigan, I don't think you're very good. Dude, what is the narrative on the Michigan game if Justice Haynes doesn't break that run?
Oh, dude, I mean, that's Michigan doesn't even. What was how many points did they score?
I don't know. Allie told me to calm down because it sounds like I'm
13.
hammered.
Yeah, so they wouldn't have scored a touchdown without that.
Yeah.
And 24-6 looks a lot different.
Agreed. Auburn, big believer. Big believer. Allie's not even in the room.
Oh, I thought you were just looking at her, talking to her.
No, but she did. Gentlemen, come in here, talk to your wife. Grab her by the thighs. Throw her up. By the way, we did this impression of this guy. Last but not least, Missouri, I'm a believer. You guys, a couple of you reached out and knew the reference I was making about the fucking weirdo in the cowboy hat that's like, gentlemen, let me talk to you for a second. Next time you're alone with your lady, sexually assault her. And it's like, whoa, I don't love that. That guy on Instagram, you've probably seen his videos. These 2 idiots made him do a cameo for me. And I don't know if you're familiar with cameos. Unless it's the most expensive cameo in the history of cameos, they only last like 30 seconds. It's a lot like me. 30 seconds, done. This thing was 9 minutes and 5 seconds, and this guy was like, "You think you're creeped out now? Just wait. This is like a Saw version of Final Destination meets porn." You're like, no. Anyway, can we get on the rant about the AP poll?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. What's her name? Haley Sawyer?
Oh, yeah.
Hate the name right off the bat.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. I'm not going to hate on her for her bad poll because part of me does understand the fact. If you guys know what we're talking about, the AP poll came out. Reddit always puts out the AP rankings for every single person. Kevin Carter, by the way, former Florida player. You know what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm.
I've hated him for 15 years. That guy, he's awful on television. He bookmarked a tweet of mine making fun of his AP poll about the wrong team that I was mad about. I was mad about when he put South Carolina, and then somebody lost in week 1, and he was like, "Yeah, that's what I thought." And I was like,
"Probably
fuck off, dude." It was Bama. I wasn't gonna bring it up, but thank you. Anyway, you're a dick. So there's like a lot that goes into the AP poll. It's very tough. I feel like it's tough to figure out, hey, who are the top 25 teams? Because you're gonna figure out like from 21 on, or really maybe even 17, 18 on, you're gonna look at some teams and be like, I don't know, like. There's probably more deserving teams that deserve to be in here. And like there's like a lot of teams like on the outside looking in that like Mississippi State should be ranked. You idiots in the AP poll put Arizona State at 12 and then unranked them. Like, or how is Mississippi State not ranked? Like you did this. Like you're the ones that made the ranking. That part frustrates me. But if you're a beat writer covering a team, there's a lot going on. It's hard to watch every game. I get all that. But this person that clearly mailed it in, and she's not the only problem I have. There was another dude that put Notre Dame unranked, and then jumped him up to 8 this week.
He just forgot about him last night.
He forgot about him. How do you forget about the Catholic Church? Must be nice. Must be nice, brother. That guy, like that's tough. Like I hate that. I'm not mad at Haley Sawyer for having to do her job. And having to figure out, like, she lives on the West Coast. Maybe she doesn't really give a shit about this. Like, maybe she doesn't care about the AP poll. I don't know. I'm just as mad at whoever gave her the right to vote in this thing. Because here's the thing that people like that don't understand.
I thought you were going somewhere else with that.
That's not what I was saying. Do not clip that, Eddie. And I'm just as mad she's allowed to vote. No. The issue is this. The issue is it's not that she had a bad top 25. It's that when she delivered her addressing and acknowledgement of it, she was like, yeah, who cares? Like, blah, blah. I don't care. I don't care if this sounds negative or rude or overly sensitive or overdramatic. I'm all of those things. You have to care. You have to care. And let me explain to you why. Because for 123 of the 150, or I guess, 120 or so years of the sport, we relied on the AP poll to crown a national champion. That's the football that I grew up with, that Tyler grew up with. Eddie never watched football in his life until this year. Big fan of women's field hockey. But like he's getting it now. He's learning all those things. People that like in the AP that have watched college football for a long time, it matters. This thing does matter to us. It doesn't have to matter to you, and that's fine. Like, that's fine. I don't give a single fuck about the Green Bay Packers playing the Detroit Lions in week 1. You know why, Tyler? Because either one of those fucking teams can lose 6 games and still make the Super Bowl. It doesn't fucking matter to me. But you know what? If someone granted me a vote into, hey, what do you think the pecking order is for the NFL? I would probably open up with, I got no fucking idea, dude. And I'm not going to watch them. I'm not going to care. So, like, do not give me that. There's 65 of these things or 62 of these things in the country. Do not be mistaken. In 2025, even now, just as much then, it's an honor to have that vote. And if you don't want it, don't accept it. But this thing matters to a lot of people. It may be irrational to you. I can hear myself talking right now. It feels irrational to how passionate I am about it. But it matters. It's not going to turn off on Saturday. I'm not going to go show up and say, hey, you know what? The AP poll just doesn't matter anymore. Because it's mattered for so long. And if you think that it doesn't matter to the college football playoff rankings or other people or how they perceive programs, if you think none of that matters, you're wrong. Let me also just go ahead and get real dramatic here. Billy Napier lost to an unranked team. If you think that's not going to be used in the narrative against him for losing his job later, you're wrong. You moved him up 2 spots. It wasn't like you missed the game and you're like, I don't know, they're still better. I heard the excuse from Koki, the LSU guy that we talked about off air. He made some points where he was like, yeah, listen, here's the thing, man. I'm not going to rank Northern Illinois above Notre Dame. Fine. But to be so blatantly disingenuous and dismissive about what it was and what you did and your lack of care about it, it's insulting. And it goes back to the whole thing of there are so many people in charge of this fucking sport that matters to so many people. And there's so much money involved. And there's so many jobs involved. But again, I'll be selfish and say it matters to so many people. It matters to me. Even if I wasn't doing this, don't laugh, Tyler. Even if I wasn't doing this, it would matter to me. It matters to so many things and so many people and towns and schools and fans and people you'll never meet, ever, ever, ever. So how fucking dare you take that it has like so much meaning and so much historical significance wrapped into it and said, it doesn't matter. Make up excuse after excuse with a smile on your face. Fuck off, dude. And it's not just her. It's the guy that also voted for fucking Notre Dame at 8 after having him unranked. It's like putting Bama ahead of Florida State. Like, we're losing so many parts of this fucking sport that we love. All of them are mainly closely attached and tied to the good parts and the nostalgia and the things that we grew up that didn't feel completely fucking like muddied or worse than they are now. Somebody has to fucking care, because otherwise this entire thing is going to continue to get bastardized. And I tell you what, I love my job. I hate making rankings because everyone's going to be upset about it. But I guarantee you, if you said, hey, Chris, you're going to be an AP voter, you know what I'd probably do, Tyler? I'd probably spend way too much time caring about it. As you would. As Eddie. Well, not Eddie, because he's a piece of shit. But I mean, also, I'm kidding, Eddie. You're a great dude. And I shouldn't give you this much flack unwarranted. As you would. As people in the chat would. As the fans would. Like, this whole thing cannot fall by the wayside and have it just be like, who cares? Because it does matter to so many people. And it pisses me the fuck off that we continue to go down this road of, All this change. Who's in charge of it? People that don't fucking care about the sport. If you don't want to watch the sport, if you don't want to care about the sport, that's fine. I don't give a fuck about not going to say what I want to say, but also don't give a fuck about the NFL or Gaza. I'm not going to weigh in on Gaza. I'll say it. Like, I'm not going to weigh in on that. So, like, don't put me in charge of talking about it. Shut up. Shut up, Eddie. So the whole point is, like, just stop. Peppers, you've been walking out of the room. Stop fucking allowing people that do not care about the sport to not just have a say in it, but be in charge of it. And it's fucking despicable.
Are you
Sorry
saying
about
you
what I
don't
said
care
about Gaza.
Yeah, you saying you don't care about Gaza?
No.
Right.
I want everyone to be safe and all those things. And I care about families and all those things. There's a lot of stuff on the home front we got to worry about first. And that's all I have to say.
Oh, yeah. Been a tough day. All right.
We'll
let's
talk
get to
about
week
that
3.
later. So you're cutting me out 5 minutes, Eddie.
All right. Producer noted. Week 3. Big game. 12 o'clock noon. ESPN. Clemson. Number 12 Clemson. At Georgia Tech. Georgia Tech 3.5-point underdog at home. Total 53.5.
3.5.
Clemson opened by 6.5. This is
Yeah.
bet. I think it's actually down to 3 now. The last I checked. So a lot of money is coming in on Georgia Tech. I believe Clemson has won 9 straight in this matchup. Do I have that right?
Probably. Yeah. When's the last win for Tech?
9-game win streak dating back to 2015. Georgia Tech hasn't won since 2014 when they went to the ACC title game. I think the game was close last year. If I recall correctly.
I believe so. I think it was an 8-point win for Clemson.
Obviously Clemson's had a shaky start to the season. You know, we didn't even talk about that, but they were down 16-0 to Troy like midway through the second quarter.
Yeah.
Georgia Tech, obviously one of the teams that everyone's talking about, you know, last year, opening win against Florida State, big game against Georgia at the end of the year, beat Colorado to start the year. So what do you see happening in this game? It feels like Clemson. It's like, I feel like every time this game happens, everyone's like Georgia Tech, sneaky Georgia Tech. They're going to sneak up on Clemson, and Clemson just blows them out.
God, it'd be awesome if Tech won this game.
Yeah.
Is that Tech? Now, is this game at Bobby Dodd or is it in Mercedes-Benz?
I think it's at Bobby Dodd.
Double check, because I feel like they're playing one in Mercedes-Benz. I know they're playing Georgia in Mercedes-Benz.
Yes, I did know that.
And it probably doesn't matter either way, but check it to be on the safe side. They played Notre Dame there last year.
All right, I'll check it. It's at Bobby Dodd.
Okay.
But Bobby Dodd at Hyundai Field.
God damn it. I love Bobby Dodd so much, dude. Tech needs this so bad. So badly. They need this. It would be great. No offense to bring up bad memories. Tech needs a win at home against a good team in Atlanta to really get this thing turned around. Like, and I'm not talking about a 2015 Florida State game where they block the punt or kick or whatever and run it back. I'm not talking about like whatever they would win in Mercedes-Benz. I'm talking about in this stadium, they need a win like they did against Miami. I think that was on the road. Who's the team they beat at home last year? Was it Miami or 2 years ago? Bad. Real bad. They need a win against a team like this on a national stage for it to matter. They don't need a win against a former blue blood. They need a win against a top 10 team that is going to be like, hey, Brent Key is on the map. So I love Haynes King, dude. I love him so much.
Is he playing in this game?
I would think so.
He didn't play last week.
I'm sure he's playing in this game. He as much as he looks like King Joffrey, he is very, very tough. I like Tech. Man, am I gonna fuck around? You know what? I'm not, because I did it the first week. I'm not gonna jinx them. I think Clemson wins this game. I think Clemson wins this game, and I'll tell you why. I think because they're great, and I'm sure they'll figure it out. But dude, Buster Faulkner, this offense, this 571 yards per game or whatever it is, like I think they could give. I think they can give Clemson some fits early. I really do, and I don't think Clemson's a team that is as strong as I thought they were.
Yeah, I like Tech in this game straight up. To be honest, I wouldn't think that the number would keep coming down in Georgia Tech's favor if King wasn't playing. So I'm guessing that he's going to play. Yeah, you're right. Tech needs a big win like this. They thought they had it last year against Florida State, and Florida State kind of obviously whimpered out for the rest of the year. Clemson, I don't know. It just seems like it's such a sucker spot, though, to be honest, too.
Yeah. 3.5, by the way. It's like...
It's down to 3 now.
Right?
I don't know.
Since you started talking? Like, what?
Yeah, well, when I took the notes down for the game earlier today, it was at 3.5, and I just looked at it now. It's at 3.
I feel like I would hammer Clemson on that.
That seems like a Clemson bet at that point at 3.
Yeah,
but I was gonna go straight up Georgia Tech win. Something like, I don't know, 30-27, something like that.
Yeah, I like that.
High scoring. I just think Georgia Tech's prime for it. It'd be great for a program like Tech. Brent Key's done a great job there, continuing to build depth, and frankly, I don't like Clemson, so I think it'd be funny.
I think also the value there to bet Tech money line is not great. I think the value if you're betting on it is to bet 3.5 or 4.5 and just buy the points.
Okay. Well, this is not a close game as far as spread's concerned, but real quick, same time frame, but ABC, Wisconsin at number 19, Bama. Bama 20.5 point favorite, total 46.5. What are you looking for in that game?
Same thing. Effort and energy. You've got to figure out a way to continue what you did last week. Because I think if they can do that and enter the Georgia week, because they have a bye after this, just like last year. If they can figure out a way to go to the bye week and have a way where they can be up. Ty Simpson was a good man. Like the idea that he wasn't good, like that 17 of 17 for however many yards last week. I mean, that wasn't just a good start. It was a program record, 17 of 17.
Yeah.
I know who they played. I don't care. They needed that more than, a lot of teams needed a win last week. So what I'm looking for, I don't give a shit about the spread. I want to see them do the things that are important to beating Georgia. They need to have good offensive line play. They need to not have a lot of mistakes and not have any injuries and need to figure out a way to get the ground game going because they cannot be one-dimensional against the Kirby Smart defense.
Is Jam Miller back for this game, or are they holding him out again?
He is questionable.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think it's probably smart to hold him out till next week, because then you got the bye and then you got Georgia, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, I like something like Bama 34, Wisconsin 13. Like,
is Wisconsin bad? So Wisconsin's like, Kalen DeBoer talked about this on the teleconference today. He was like, they're going to try to hold the football. They're going to try to like have some trick plays. He honestly, maybe in hindsight, he was just covering every possible scenario. He's like, they're going to try to, run the football and throw the football and also have some, clock control and some trick plays. You got to watch out for all of it. You're like,
yeah. Multiple on defense. They're going to throw some linebackers out there, some corners, good safety play, a couple D tackles out there.
Tyler, can I be honest with you? Blatantly honest with you. The best part about that win had nothing to do with the 73 points against Louisiana Monroe. It had everything to do with not watching a single linebacker get blown off his fucking feet into the air and flying back like Ryukin in fucking Street Fighter. I mean, that was awful. That was awful.
That was fun. I don't like the kid Billy Edwards Jr. from Maryland was supposed to be Wisconsin's quarterback.
Yeah.
But now he didn't play last week. I guess the guy that filled in for him was pretty good. But I think Bam will continue.
Billy Edwards Jr. That sounds a lot like an old Western.
Yeah. Or like the guy from Little Big League.
What was his name?
Wasn't it
Billy something?
Yeah. All right, let's go 3:30 ABC, number 6 Georgia at number 15 Tennessee. The last I checked, let's just get an updated number here. It's still the same. Tennessee 3.5 point underdog at home, total 49.5. Chris, do you just want to tell the people how you feel about it?
I don't like it, Georgia. I don't like it.
Uh-oh.
I love you guys. I've sat here and delivered some monumental fucking speeches for you and for me, but mainly for you. I like Georgia a lot. I think we'll learn more about what this Georgia team is after this weekend. I think they win this football game. I also think this is the best chance Tennessee has to beat Georgia since Heupel's been there. I don't think Aguilar is better than Nico from a talent standpoint. I think he's a better quarterback in the system. I think this defense is not as good as it was a year ago. I don't think Georgia's is either, or for their offense, actually. I don't think their offense is as good as it was a year ago. I think the Georgia defense is going to be really good. I think they are going to be able to snuff out some things. But I just have this feeling, I think it's a very low-scoring game. I think Georgia wins, but it's not going to be them running all over Tennessee like we've seen in the past. And I feel stupid saying it. Because that's all Kirby Smart has done. The track record for Georgia Tennessee since he's gotten there has been show up, talk your shit, get your fucking unrealistic expectations out, put them on the message boards and Twitter, talk all the shit you want, Tyler, on your message boards, on Twitter. But at 3:30 on Saturday, I don't know if I'm in a new time zone and things have changed my mind on things, but on 2:30 on Saturday, I think Georgia's in for a dogfight. And I think it's going to be the best thing that could happen to their team. Because I don't think Tennessee needs this win to get to the playoff. I mean, it would be great for them, right? But I think they're good enough to get through the rest of their schedule pretty much unscathed with one loss. I don't think that they need this win as bad as Georgia does. Because if Georgia loses this game, the cracks in the foundation, the chinks in the armor, all of those things are way, way more bright, way more visible, way more prevalent. And I think that it's going to be a close game, but I also think that Georgia is going to have to be in a dogfight for 4 quarters.
Yeah, correct me if I'm wrong, but is this Gunnar Stockton's first road game?
There's no way. He's 42 years old. How would it be his first fucking road game?
I mean, this is the first year he's started outside of second half of SEC and the bowl game.
Tyler, you guys have more hair than Gunnar Stockton does. There's no chance.
There's no chance I have more hair than Gunnar Stockton.
But you're beautiful, and that's what matters.
So I'll be interested to see how he does in that environment. I kind of wish it was a night game. If I was a Tennessee fan, I would wish it was.
Yeah.
A night game.
I don't know. Their best wins have been 3:30 on Saturday.
That's true. Tennessee's got a lot of injuries in the secondary, don't they?
Yeah, that part does suck. I'm glad you brought that up. That's a really good point.
So Georgia's got to capitalize on that. You'd hope that Zachariah Branch, Noah Thomas, those new receivers in that room.
Yeah.
Nate Fraser's got to stop fumbling the ball. But I still think Georgia will take it. I agree with you. Lower, I would take the under on the 49.5.
Yeah.
I like Georgia 27, Tennessee 20. So I actually like Georgia to cover, but it's probably more of a over the past 5 years, I've just refused to bet on Georgia. Every time I do, it doesn't work out.
Yeah.
It also kind of feels like one of those things where nobody really is paying attention to Georgia because they they've played nobodies. Yeah, that's exactly where they want to be.
Yeah.
Everyone's kind of pleasantly surprised with Tennessee. It's a home game. 3.5 points, Tennessee.
Dude,
at home.
You know what Kirby wants more than anything. Because it's not Florida. It's not Florida. It's not Texas. It's not Bama. What he wants is
he's horny for disrespect.
It's 27-7. Yes, he's horny for disrespect. He wants it to be 24-14 the entire game. Struggle on offense, but it's not really close. They're not going to really be in striking distance. Late in the game, they hit a fucking bomb or a broken coverage or a broken tackle, and they end up having, what do you call it? Hold on, this is locked on after this. I think I've messed up. Okay.
Get your head in the game.
Sorry. He wants it to be something where it's like, oh no, it's 24-21. They scored late with 1:09 left. It's like, and everyone's gonna look at it like, well, they barely lost at home to Georgia. a team they've struggled against. Like, I think the most fascinating point from this, from a betting standpoint, and I say this all the time, man, like Tennessee to score first has hit in 5 straight games against this team. And you don't get a better value with it than in this game. Remember, I said this last year. This is one of my favorite bets all the time. It's like Tennessee to score first, 33 out of 38 games under Heupel going into last season. I forgot the numbers this year, but I think it's like 42 of whatever. There's way more value in that bet when they play Georgia, and they've done it in 5 straight years. But yeah, I think that's what Kirby is hoping happens, is like continue to doubt us, man. Continue to doubt us.
Yep. 4:30 is the vaunted game of number 18 USF going down to Miami. Short, just a little jaunt down I-75. This is the 8th meeting ever for these teams. Miami's 6-1 in the series. Miami minus 17.5 with USF coming off the big. They were 17.5 point underdogs against Florida, one straight up. Total 57.5.
Yeah.
For me, it feels like there's no way that USF can get up 3 games in a row against Boise State, Florida, and Miami and pull off the victory.
Yeah.
I will take the points, though. I mean, USF's a good team.
Yeah.
They're going to have athletes for sure. I think they probably keep it competitive for like through into the third quarter. Ultimately, I think Miami probably pulls away, but something like 34-20, I think I could see as a score. So if South Florida gets it inside the number, love what Golish is doing, obviously down there. I think he's probably going to be the next big name in the carousel for coaches. But I do think Miami's pretty good, unfortunately, and I think they will pull it out. Obviously, USF pulling off a victory against Florida last week, Miami, that catches Miami's attention.
Yeah,
like if USF loses that game, maybe it doesn't. But I think Miami will be ready to go in this game. They came off an FCF's game last week, so
yeah,
Miami win 34-20.
And they're healthy too. Like the wear and tear you have to have for 2 straight weeks what they face. Like, and there has to be some emotional. It's just tough to get back up and back up again for that game. And I think it's a really good point, Tyler. It's a really good point you made about them after Boise, because Boise at the start of the year was, I think it was a Thursday game. It was early. It was like 6:30 Eastern time. Yeah, or 5:30 Eastern time.
Yeah.
Weird start time, by the way. But I think that, and then going to the Swamp, like it's on the road, right? Like I the one thing I'll say for USF is they're not going to be scared at all. I have a hard time believing for 3 straight weeks that they're going to be able to get back up that, though, like you said.
Yeah. Let's go to Florida LSU. So Florida now unranked. Going down to LSU. Chris, this is a night game in Death Valley for LSU. 7:30 on ABC. LSU currently a 7.5 point favorite. Total 47.5.
Total feels low for one. I'm a believer in this LSU defense.
Good.
What's that?
Is Florida's offense good?
I don't know. Like DJ Lagway, the question I had about him going into the year is he going to be able to be good in the intermediate passing game? And for the most part, he's been very efficient. He's very high in the conference and in completion percentage and all that kind of stuff. The question I keep having is, like, is he enough to will you to victory? Because let's make no mistake about it, guys. For them to beat LSU, he has to be the guy. I am not sold on that. I am not sold on that. Like, and it's nothing against DJ Lagway. I feel like we're in a situation where he does not have anything. He doesn't have enough around him. I've watched this LSU defense every single practice that they allowed us in for fall camp. They fly to the ball. It is so good. They are able to be disruptive up front. They're able to be really good in the front 7. They're able to be even better in the back 7. The one question mark we don't have from this team is their secondary. The biggest question mark is going into the season we thought it was going to be was, oh man, that offensive line has got holes all in it. They had to replace so much. They've been great. They've been great. So now it becomes, hey, like, how do you get more explosive in the passing game? I think we see more of that. I will also say I love what you said earlier about the La Tech 36.5. Like perfect, just chef's kiss of a trap game. Not to lose, but to not cover for sure. I think this game plays out like Tennessee, like it did a year ago, where it's very, very close. I think that only extends to the first half. And the second half, good teams make halftime adjustments. Billy's going to be in over his head. DJ Lagway's going to be in over his head. And it's just a better team on the road at night in one of the most unstable and difficult environments in all of college football. I like LSU to pull away late. I got 31-17.
DJ Lagalele?
That's so fucked.
Yeah. I mean, the one thing that I had something like 27-17.
Yeah.
LSU. The one thing that gives me a little bit of pause on that is, Florida, everyone thought Florida was out last year, because like he was on the hot seat going into last year. They lose to Miami to open the year. Everyone's like, well, Napier's just fucked. They got the schedule so hard. Then they rallied for him on the back of DJ Lagway.
Lost A&M too.
Yeah, exactly. They got blown out by A&M, didn't they? So if they don't circle the wagon here, it could like completely fall off the train tracks for Florida. So maybe they give an all-out effort here and they do keep it within the number. But I'm gonna go 27-17 LSU. I think they cover. 2 more games here. We can just do this one quickly. 7:45 on SEC Network. Vandy at South Carolina. Number 11, South Carolina. South Carolina currently a 4-point favorite. Total 48.5.
I love South Carolina in this game.
Do you really?
Vandy scares me. Vandy's good. And Tyler, it's not gonna be a quick pick because I have to cover this for Locked On South Carolina. After this, I have to do another podcast. Should be fine. I probably shouldn't have had so many margaritas at Superior Grill over here in Baton Rouge. Can't wait for you guys to visit this weekend. You're gonna have a blast. But the thing with Vandy, it's not the fact they scored 44 points. It's the fact that in the second half they had 34 unanswered points, 34-0, held Vatek to 21 total yards in the second half, and then also held the ball for 22 of the final 30 minutes. Here's what I love. South Carolina played a C-plus game against Vatek. They played a C- game against SC State. They won by 14 and 28 points. They have not unveiled the entire offense yet, what I would think. I have a hard time believing this is all this offense is capable of through the first 2 weeks. They're going to have to do some things against Vandy this weekend to win this game. I think they will. Special teams have been awesome. Defense, again, the LSU thing about the offensive line, and that was biggest question mark. It's been like what they've been best at, arguably. South Carolina, the front seven, everyone had as a question mark. How are they going to replace all this talent, blah, blah, blah. They've been phenomenal off the edge. They've been great in the front seven. The secondary is still the strength of defense. Vandy does not know when to shut up. And the bulletin board material they have given this team, and then also the national media kind of given this like this darling pick as a Cinderella story for this weekend, especially. Dude, you still gotta fucking line up at 7:45 Eastern time, Tyler, in Williams-Brice Stadium and play Lenora Sellers. Don't you give me that look. I honestly think that home field advantage plays a massive deal in this. And listen, here's the thing about last year. South Carolina lost to BAMA. Vandy beat them. Then Vandy almost beat Texas. They lost by 3 and blah, blah, blah. The same narrative around this thing is like, oh, it's a common opponent, blah, blah, blah. When they played, South Carolina dominated them. I think you will see something similar to that. It'll be a close game, but I think South Carolina wins.
I think South Carolina wins as well, but I also think that Vandy keeps within the number. Your text just completely threw me off there. I'll take 24-21 South Carolina.
Sorry.
And then the last game we've got here, of course, is Texas A&M going on the road to Notre Dame. Number 16 Texas A&M on the road at number 8 Notre Dame. This game is 7:30 on NBC in South Bend. Notre Dame currently a 6.5-point favorite. Total 49.5. I don't know what these. Remember, these two teams were in my I'm unsure about them category. Yeah. So I don't know what to think about this game.
I like A&M. I think A&M's played a better schedule than we give them credit for. I think they have also, that Utah State 22 points is too much, but at the same time, like one of them was really late. UTSA, it's an in-state team. Like I'll make the excuses for him. Marcel Reed, the biggest question mark again we had going into the season. He's not a good thrower. That part of the offense is still underdeveloped. Blah blah blah. He's been great. I'll give you $1 if you can tell me who Notre Dame played last week.
They're on a bye.
God damn it! I owe you $1. Yes, they did. They played one game and went on a bye,
which is why they were unranked last week for my man.
Probably so.
Them boys didn't have a win this week.
Hey, I love that. But I think that also when you look at like this matchup, I think this is a big thing for Elko where he's looking at this game. I think Elko takes shit personally, right? Like the fact that they're going into the stadium and they're saying, listen, this is a playoff team from a year ago. They are a reason they kept you out of the playoff, arguably. Like, could have had an 8-0 start. This team came into your house last year and stole your lunch money and all that kind of stuff. Like, I think this is going to be a really good game. I think that who has better athletes? I think A&M does. Who's got a better quarterback? I know A&M does. I think that they are going to be better prepared for this game. And I tell you what, Notre Dame doesn't need this win because Notre Dame is Notre Dame. And if they get to 10 wins, everything's magical for them and they'll make it. I love the fact that A&M gets to go in here with a chip on their shoulder. I think they win this game.
Interesting. I do have Notre Dame winning this game. I think A&M keeps it within the number 6.5. I'd say I'd take Notre Dame something like 28-24.
Yeah.
Just because it's at home. I think the quarterback probably for his first game. I mean, he started out terrible against Miami.
Yeah.
He got better as the game went on. They didn't use Jeremiah Love enough, who is a Heisman candidate if you use him correctly. So I think Notre Dame will just try to keep the ball away from A&M as much as possible. They've got a good defense, but I do think A&M will score some points in this game. So yeah, I like them to cover the spread here, 28-24.
Yeah, I like it.
All right. Well, we appreciate it, guys. Buzo, would you throw the number up on the bottom of the screen real quick before we head out here?
You're lucky we went long. We saved yourself a rant about the incidents in America today. I mean, it's not like just stop being mad at people for not being as mad about something as you. And it's okay to also be upset about something politically unrelated because 2 kids are going to wake up tomorrow without a father. And that doesn't mean that you're a bad person for caring about that. I just want people to remember that. It's unbelievable that we cannot have fucking conversation and it results in that. It has nothing to do with the politics. Like anyone that's followed me, you know what, we are going to get into a rant. Not a long rant, Tyler, but you and I have done
the angry fans number on the bottom.
Yeah, perfect. Get that off. We have been on this show for real though. Get that off. Like, you and I have done the show for a long enough time to know that I was on one side for stuff in perception wise. People think I'm on a different side or whatever. It's okay to care about the country. It's okay to care about someone losing a parent. It's okay to it's okay to care about that and also still sit here and say, hey man, a school shooting happened today. That's also bad. Those things being pitted against each other is fucking divisive and terrible and shitty. It's shitty. And it makes me so sad and sick that we sit here and like all we do, Tyler, is talk about our opinions on stuff. And that guy, I'm not saying I was even a fan of this person, but like, dude went up there in front of college students, opened conversation and dialogue to people, and he was killed. And I think it's a gross thing that people are celebrating it. I think it's a gross thing that people are able to sit here and say, well, what he said about the Second Amendment, like, just be humane for a second. Yeah. And like caring about that does not mean you don't care about something else. I love pancakes. Doesn't mean I hate waffles, Tyler. And it's weird to me that we as a country are so fucking divided about everything where it's like, you can't just say that without also being attacked. You know what the weirdest thing to me today, Tyler, was having to feel like you had to throw out a caveat before you said, this made me upset. Not that I supported it, not that I was a fan, that you and I grew up in a different generation, and people that had to watch videos of someone getting shot in the neck from up close range blood pouring out of his body while his fucking wife was a few yards away or whatever it was. I mean, somebody died today. Again, kids are going to wake up without a parent tomorrow. Like, and that to me it's really sad that we could not sit here and just say, that's bad. This is also bad. At some point, why don't we? He wasn't a politician. He wasn't even a politician. He's not a guy that's like voting on stuff. And we hated him for it. And I know it's an uncomfortable conversation. And I know people don't want to have it. And I know it makes people upset and uncomfortable. I can see Tyler right now. And I get it. Like I get it. Like, it is an uncomfortable conversation. But it sucks that we cannot just have a fucking conversation about something and say, hey, man, I come from a different point of view. Here's why. And it turned into that guy was telling things from one side and trying to do so from a factual standpoint, and someone killed him. And at the same time, someone else took a gun to a fucking high school and shot up the high school. And you know what really fucking sucks, Tyler? And I'll try not to get emotional about it. Tomorrow's fucking 9/11. And we're going to sit here and be so fucking divided about everything. We're going to be so divided about everything. And tomorrow is the day that like ripped our country apart. And we're going to have to sit here and pretend like, no, this stranger that I never met, that I've never talked to, that said something I disagree with on social media, he has now been the vessel for my fucking story of what I want to deliver out into the world. And it fucking sucks, man. It fucking sucks. That's all I have to say. I'm going to fucking leave. I love all of you. I love you guys. I'm sorry for getting all... It just sucks. Just be able to fucking have a conversation and say you're wrong about stuff. Or right, either way.
Yeah. And I agree with everything you said, and okay. Well, Chris is gone. Love each other, everybody. Let's Booza, why don't you get that number right up there for us here? It's number 678-962-7836. Angry fans, call us this weekend. There's gonna be a lot of Georgia or Tennessee fans that are getting a little angry. Seriously, best luck. I always enjoy a good bye week. Florida State's got a bye week this week, so I don't have to stress out. But good luck this weekend to all your teams. Give your loved ones a hug. We will see you guys on the other side.